Have you ever felt as if you can't get out of your head? You're constantly replaying an experience over and over again, each time with a different ending, or finding another reason to hate yourself? Well, the solution may be found in a simple task: writing. Writing to Heal is a method coined by James Penbaker that uses expressive writing to heal the mind and body. On episode 34, Writing to Heal, I discuss using journaling as a tool for self-care and tips on how to get started right at home. Happy New Year, everyone. You're listening to Get Candid Podcast. I'm your host, Raven Joseph. Thank you for tuning in. You all know I love to share with you all things that help to keep us motivated, inspired, and productive. And I'm all about self-care. I've been writing in my journal. I can say I've been writing in a journal since I was in middle school. I used to write actually in a diary. So that's one type of journaling every day about my experiences, the boys that I liked, who I hated. And even in high school, I had this burn book where I would write about my experiences and share with my best friend who we didn't have the same class together. So we would like bump into each other in the hallway and share about our days, how it was going and stuff like that. And we would write about people in there. Yes, we used to gossip. It was this green book, and we had these codes that we used to use all the time. But other than diary entries and burn books, there are other ways that you can benefit from using journals. Gratitude journals, which is something that I use now. You can use journals to be productive, to support your goals. I also use a prayer journal. You can use journals just for creative writing, just to write out your ideas. You can use a journal to track your food, your pregnancy, your fitness goals. There's so many ways you can use it, but today I'm specifically focusing on expressive writing. I personally have always written in a journal for many years. Like, I have so many journals around my house. Shout out to my sister Samantha. She's always giving me like nice journals, and I'm always filling them up quickly. But expressive writing, I've always like vented in these books, but I never look back at them. I never reread them. I think part of the reason I wasn't doing that for so long was because, I'm going to be honest, I was afraid of confronting my own emotions and my feelings and my thoughts. So I would just leave it on the paper and go about my business. But most recently, I discovered the healing in looking back and reflecting on how I'm feeling. Last year especially, I was going through a lot emotionally, and I was to the point where I needed to figure things out. I was tired of stumbling over the same scenario year in and year out. So I pushed myself to figure it out. And one of the things that I did was I started to look at what I was writing last year and the year before and noticing patterns of those experiences. Expressive writing is therapeutic. It's healing both physically and mentally. And I was able to find things out about myself when I actually looked back at what I was doing to make those changes and make myself better. And it's helped tremendously. I also would bring these experiences and wonderings and noticings to my therapist, the ones that I was ready and comfortable to talk about, and she would help me work through it. And it's been such, like, just, how can I put this? It has been a game changer for my toolbox of self-care. I'm able to think about things differently, see things from a different perspective, move forward with my life, and not like overthink or overanalyze anymore, because I'm a very reflective person as it is. So, but sometimes like I forget specific details or something that's interesting, I leave that part out. You know, our minds play tricks on us sometimes if we allow it to. So writing it down and seeing it for what it was really helped me to let things go and move past those mental blocks. And now I'm healthier and happier. So I really, really push for expressive writing, especially with people who have experienced some type of trauma within the last year where it's hard for them to understand or let go. Expressive writing helps you to declutter all those thoughts, to figure out, to solve the problems that have been plaguing your mind for so long. and become in tune with yourself. Get to know yourself better. Look at things that irritate you, by writing about it. You don't even notice. Just recently, my last session, I had brought about a conversation of something that bothered me that I saw on social media. And I was just talking to my therapist, and I was just like, and I explained what I had written about. And I realized that the last time this situation happened was back in 2007. I didn't understand why it was something that even would get to me. And just speaking to her about it, she was able to help me pull out things that I didn't recognize in the moment, in the experience. And honestly, today I'm looking at myself like, girl. And I look at myself like that most of the time that I read the stuff that I'm mad at, especially over the last couple of years. I'm looking like, girl, what is wrong with you? Get it together. So looking at it, I thought I would be embarrassed, but I'm just accepting myself for who I am. I have feelings. I'm a human being. And just moving past that and understanding that and showing myself compassion, and learning from my mistakes. Just some tips on how to get started is, for one, you have to find a space that's quiet and comfortable for you. It has to be a space that no one is disturbing you. It has to be a space where you're comfortable and not going to be disrupted. So it shouldn't be on your phone, and it shouldn't be on the computer either, for those of you who don't like to write. Writing on paper is actually better because it helps you to slow down and to process your emotions and write down what you're feeling in that moment. After you found a safe space that no one's going to bother you and no one's going to interrupt you, remind yourself that you are writing for yourself. You're not writing, this is not going in a blog, this is not going in a newspaper, this is not going on your resume. This is for you. So you have to be genuine, you have to be transparent, you have to be honest, authentic with what is going on in your mind in order for this to be effective. You can't lie to yourself. So if you're not ready to talk about it, don't share it. Keep it private. Find a good time in the day that works for you. For me, I love writing in the morning. At nighttime, it's hard for me to focus. My brain is just all right, I need rest. I'll try again tomorrow. So whatever time works for you, make sure that it's the same time, or try to make it around the same time every day. And also set the mood. So get a Candid Soul candle if you need to. Play some music. Light some incense. Put some nice lighting on. I got some nice LED lights. They're Wi-Fi. And now I use my phone to put the warm lights or the bright lights on if I feel like it, just to set the mood in my apartment. I think it's cute. I like things like that. So set the mood. Get yourself relaxed and calm. And then set your timer for 15 minutes to start. I write my intention. If I'm writing for a reason, if there's really something that's been on my mind and I'm tired of thinking about it, and it's been over the grace period of something traumatic happening to you, if it's months later and you're still thinking about how your colleague spazzed on you or something like that, well, write that at the top of, what do you need to understand about that experience? Write the intention at the top of your page. While you're writing for the 15 minutes, make sure that you are being as descriptive as possible. So include emotions, include the smell, if there's a taste involved, anything of the senses that you can recall and helps you to put yourself in that moment. Write about it. Write it down. Maybe the time of day, if it was raining outside, if it was sunny outside, what is going on? Really put the 3D into your writing. I like to tell my students, because I do have them do free writes. I like them, some of them share out when they're comfortable, but we're, the time that we're in, what a time, right? To be alive. And I like that, for the first 5 minutes of our class time, they're writing, free writing. And sometimes they want to share, sometimes they want to keep things to themselves, but just getting their thoughts on paper is comforting for them. They ask for it. If I forget to give them time, they will ask for it. So do the same. So if you're stuck and you can't figure out something to write within the 5 minutes, rewrite the last sentence. until something new may come up for you. That's fine. When the timer goes off, reflect on that writing for about 5 to 10 minutes and ask yourself questions. Were you able to find the answer to your question? Did anything new come up for you in your writing? What did you learn from this experience? What is something that a pattern maybe that you noticed and you hadn't noticed before? What is something that you noticed that you can have control over the next time, right? So like ask yourself prompting questions as you're reflecting. And to do this, finally, you should do this 3 more days. So this is 4 days in a row total. Don't skip a day. Continue to work on it. You can write about another topic after the 4th day, but I would strongly encourage you to write every day. But if you can't and there's something that you really want to focus on and you just want to use this technique, do it for at least 4 days in a row. There are so many benefits of expressive writing. I know I just shared about, the thoughts of things unpleasant replaying in my head over and over and over again, and having to deal with that and finding a way to vent and put everything on paper and really process the things that I experience so that I can move on. But there are other benefits to it. It can help with stress. It can help with anxiety. It can help with different physical ailments. I'll probably talk about that on another episode. But there's so many benefits for expressive writing. I strongly encourage you to try it. I recently became certified as a Writing to Heal instructor. That's why I've been MIA for the last couple of months. I've been studying. I've decided to incorporate this into my coaching practice. I feel like sometimes we shut ourselves out, and we're our worst enemy, right? So sometimes we can't be productive and get to our goals because there's something holding us back. Expressive writing is a way for us to address some of the experiences that we've had and move forward. My goal is not only to help women meet their goals, but also to develop a system that will help them to have lasting change. And this, I think, will be imperative to the success of my program. For 2022, I am running a small group workshop series, Journal to Self-Discovery. It's a 6-week series supporting women who want to overcome personal barriers and get started on their goals. So this is a great opportunity for the new year. If your life is out of control, messy, anything like that, I can help you get started. The first cycle begins January 15th, and it's 6 weeks running. And then I will start again. I haven't set a date for the second one, but I will do 6-week cycles. But just make sure that you are subscribed to our newsletter. If you're not and you're interested, please email getcandid@candidsoulco.com. You can follow me on Instagram, Get Candid Pod. And you can also visit our website to subscribe to the newsletter, www.candidsoulco.com. So thank you so much for tuning in. I hope your new year is off to a great start. Mine is. I'm so excited about 2022. It's a mess at work, but I'm happy to be alive. I'm happy to be healthy. I'm happy to see my students every day. I'm happy to do this work, and I'm really excited for this program. So make sure you tune in next week. Bye for now.